we're back at the Solomon Project, where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns, and I'm here to tell you that there are some really interesting things going on with foreign affairs. Foreign affairs will impact your pocket. In case you didn't know, foreign affair impacts everybody's pocket throughout the world. Treaties that are formed, arrangements behind closed doors, all these things impact us financially. Because no one country produces everything they need by themselves. Especially when it comes to defending your nation. Try to imagine it the way it was back in the hood. The supermarket is not in your apartment. The gas station, it's not in your apartment. You can do some banking on your phone, but if you need some kind of document, maybe you could do it on your phone. I don't know. The pharmacy is not in your apartment. And unless you're doing everything on your laptop from your home, okay, maybe the likelihood of you going out frequently is a lot lower, okay, but eventually you will have to go out. And if you're in the hood on your way to the pharmacy, the store, to buy footwear or whatever, go to a restaurant, entertainment, you may find yourself having difficulty entering and exiting your hood. So friendships are created between yourself, the people within your hood, and people outside of your hood. The world is like that, just at a much larger scale and much more intense. Let's talk about Trump for a hot second, because I find this really interesting. Really captivated my attention, this thing that's going on between him and Putin. Apparently the relationship has soured. Yes, it has soured. What could that mean? Well, that can impact us. It can impact our pockets. It all depends on how things evolve. By the way, happy Veterans Day. Happy birthday to all you Marines out there. So going back, let's turn the clock back. Let's turn the clock back before the presidential elections for 2016. Let's go back. And we're going to go back just a little bit further than that. Trump wanted to build a hotel, a luxury hotel in Moscow. He went out to Moscow, but he got dissed by Putin. Yeah, Putin never came over to greet him. He sent somebody else. He pretty much, he didn't find him interesting enough. I'm sorry, was I chewing in your ear? I stopped. So, yeah, he didn't consider Trump all that important. Didn't have to when you had all these major corporations that were partnering with the Russian government and setting up shop like out there, like Nissan, the car manufacturer, McDonald's, and a whole laundry list of Exxon, a whole laundry list of corporations from different parts of the world. So, Trump didn't represent anything worth changing your schedule for. I don't know how Trump felt about that. I don't know if he was insulted by that, or maybe he understood. I don't know. But that Trump and that relationship with Putin is different from the Trump now. Different. Something went wrong between those two. That love affair, yeah, it's not good right now. It's not good. For one thing, back in the day, if we turn the clock back again, Mr. Putin had it going on in Russia with the participation of all these foreign corporations that were in Russia and stimulating his economy. So he was pretty much at the top of the world. Yeah, we could say that. Yeah, we could say that. When Trump became president back in 2016, I wonder where his head was at with regards to Putin. Maybe he still revered him. Maybe he still had that thing for him. He definitely expressed a major liking to him, and embarrassed the hell out of the United States with the things that he was saying. But here's the thing. Russia has always been an adversary in modern times. Always. Especially after World War II. So they've been our adversary, even though Putin was expressing himself, not Putin, but Trump was expressing himself like they were boys, like they were chill. Okay. By the way, y'alls, I'm about to cross this here Woodrow Wilson Memorial Bridge. Sending me from Virginia into Maryland. And as I'm crossing the bridge, if I look to my left, because I'm headed northbound, if I look to my left, I can see our nation's capital. I can see the obelisk. I see the Capitol building. I have a general idea as to where the airport is? Because I could see some of the flights taking off from there. Noise. So Trump expressed his love for Putin, not just Putin, for Xi Jinping and people from other authoritarian governments. He expressed a lot of love for those people. A lot of admiration for the way they ran their countries. It was the things that came out of Trump's mouth, not what other people were criticizing him about, although they did criticize him about that, but these things were coming out of Trump's mouth. Coming right out of his mouth. Something went wrong between Trump and Putin. There's a possibility that Trump no longer considers Putin and his government as strong anymore. Say what? Yeah. See, during the Biden administration, Putin thought it'd be cute, and Putin thought he would get over and get it done real quick. The invasion of Ukraine, right? It was supposed to only last like a few days, but it didn't last a few days. And then some pipelines got blown up. 60%, if I'm not mistaken, of the Russian economy is dependent upon the sales of oil. That's a huge percentage. That's a huge part of their economy, the selling of oils. Pure oils. So sanctions were laid on the Russian government, and for a little while they were holding up. You know, Putin did his little thing to try to hurt the Biden administration, make them look bad. His main customers were China and India. Putin's main customers were China and India. And of course, China and India took advantage of those sanctions. Of course, they were paying the Russians a whole lot cheaper than what the Russians would have liked. Of course, bruh. My man Putin, you got sanctions from the Western nations. You got sanctions. And although we are buying oil from you, we got to be careful how we buy it, at what price we buy it, because if not, the sanctions are going to go our way. And the Chinese cannot afford to get hit off with sanctions, because their economy is in the dirt. So we don't want no problems, China said. Xi Jinping said, nah, man, you know, we'll get your oil, we'll take your oils, but don't get it twisted. Now, remember that whole BRIC stuff, the changing of the currency, knocking off the US dollar? Yeah, it ain't never happened, and it ain't gonna happen. In fact, the American dollar is a little too strong right now and about to get stronger, which means that countries throughout the world are gonna be hurting real bad. real bad. Economies throughout the world are going to take a hit. Well, China got that special relationship with Russia because of the Russian devaluation of their currency. Countries don't want to be doing any kind of trading with Russian money, with the ruble. Putin tried to flex on China for a little bit, but China flipped the script on them through their currency. China said, no. Look, this is what we're going to do, okay, Russia? You're going to sell us your oils, but you're going to accept our currency, the Chinese yuan. That's what you're going to take. And for any kind of debts you have, you're going to have to pay it back in yuan. We don't want your currency. Now, Russia's in no position to argue with China about that. So lately, they've been having to do business with yuan. They tried that with India, didn't work there either. So now they got a loving relationship. Well, you know, Russia and China had a loving relationship for a long time. However, let's get to the nitty-gritty now. Russia has friends like Iran, China, and some other countries that the U.S. does not like, that Trump definitely does not like, that Trump supporters most definitely do not like Iran and China. So is that enough pressure for Trump to maybe not cooperate with Putin so much? Maybe. What about Ukraine? Because Trump supporters don't like the idea of Ukraine getting money, which, you know, they're not getting money, they're getting weapons. But those weapons ain't free. I'm sure the major corporations that produce, that have government contracts, that have defense contracts with the United States, with the government, they'll probably be having meetings with Trump, trying to explain things to Trump, letting them know. Why would they even try? Do they really think that they're going to be successful at negotiating with Trump and trying to convince Trump to keep the weapons going over to Ukraine? We'll just get the money later. Do they really think that they'll be able to do that? Well, remember what I just said. Trump supporters don't like this relationship with the Chinese and the Iranians. Definitely not with the Iranians that Putin has with the Iranians and the Chinese. They don't like that. They might look out for Putin, our enemy, but now Trump is a different person now. Trump got a taste of power. And all those corporations that were in Russia before, they're gone. They left, they bounced. They bounced under bad terms. They bounced and got ripped off big time by Putin on their way out. So those corporations got hurt real bad. And Putin is thirsty for money, okay? Thirsty. Because the ruble ain't worth a whole hell of a lot anymore. So now, Trump's got a whole lot of leverage. But wait, there's more. Throughout his campaign, Putin came out and said that he was hoping that Harris would win. What? What did you just say? Yo, Putin, can you repeat that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Putin, not only did Putin say that, but he had his news network repeating that. And all of a sudden, nobody was making fun of Harris's laugh. How do you think Trump felt after that? That's his homeboy. What was he thinking after that? Bruh, are you serious? You gonna say that in public? You gonna support Harris? You gonna say that to the entire world, bro? Are you serious? And Putin said, yeah. Now you gotta understand, Putin's game is way above Trump's. Putin is KGB. He was a spy. Manipulating people was his primary job. And you know how Trump loves it when you pander to his ego. You can get away with a whole lot with Trump if you pander to his ego. He really likes that ego getting stroked. So for Putin to come out and say something like that? What? And now recently, Russian news put out all kinds of pictures of Trump's wife Melania butt naked, and showed it to the world, and laughed at her and laughed at him. Now that's real interesting. It's obviously some tactic that Putin's using. What is Putin's end game with that? Will it work? Will it backfire? Will Trump just turn around and say, you know what? I was going to stop the cash flow to Ukraine. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. That was disrespectful, Putin. Why you do that? Why you do that? Putin will probably invite him to a nice little dinner with a vase full of flowers, some scented candles, a little bit of music to make him feel sexy. You might have Trump come over and say, listen, man, I'm sorry, start petting his leg, you know. Did that hurt your feelings? I'm sorry. You're the man. Maybe I just did that because I'm jealous of you. Maybe he'll win Trump's heart back because, you know, you pander that ego, he might forget everything. He might forget all the insults. He might forget how he put his wife on Smash for the whole world to see. He might. Now, the typical supporter, the typical Trump supporter, you do that to one of them, I don't think they're going to respond the same way. I think that if Trump bends the knee to Putin after that, his supporters might get real angry with him. Might call him a punk, might call him something crazy. I don't recommend they do that, but they might do that. Because that's how they get down. Yeah. So that's gonna create some issues. I don't know, y'all. Foreign affairs. It can get exciting out there. Better than your favorite soap opera. Better than your favorite TV series. Better than your favorite movie. I don't know. Stay fresh. And keep it profitable. Let's see where Kitty is, because Kitty might be in Russia right now. Oh, no, he ain't. Look at this crazy... Man, this dude. Yeah, he's not in Russia. He's in Jersey. He's in Newark right now. Kitty. Kitty. Get over here.
Arabam Dacia, seviyorum çift kalem maça. Göremedi kimseden fayda. İşler